Alright, it rained for a bit, but we're back at Walt Disney Studios Paris. We're going to take a walk around the park.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That is the partner statue that you're seeing. It's actually there.
Why is it in this park and not Disneyland?
For whatever reason, it was never added to that park. I don't know.
I like the hedge. It's like a big film reel.
Yeah, this I don't believe was here when the park opened either. I think it was when they did this like Hollywood Boulevard remodel for Tower when that came on board, which I think was 2007. I may not be correct. I don't remember. There is a plaque. So definitely a weird park for that statue, but it's here. Down this fake Hollywood runs the Studio Tram Tour, otherwise known as Backlot Tour, as it was known in America, which of course closed there in 2014. It is still here, but it is weeks away from permanent closure, most likely, maybe months. They haven't announced a date yet, but I can assure you, if you saw the Hollywood Studios one, you saw the better. Even in its, before death form, I think that was the better version. Because this one's real rough, and we have separate video of that, so you can check that out on the YouTube channel anyway. They're getting ready for something really cool here, which we've posted about on the site. They're doing this Fan Days, Disney Fan Days event, which is kind of like a big, for lack of a better term, obscure character party. A hard ticket event in this park. So this stage is all set up for it.
This park seems to get a lot of cool hard ticket events like the Tower.
Well, you can't get people in this park otherwise. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. And this is the stage they use for other stuff too. You may have seen projection shows and stuff.
Star Wars.
In this park, yeah, Star Wars. There's a Christmas one with Goofy, stuff like that. But here you're seeing the ad for Fan Days. I apologize for the sun. The sun is what it is at this point. But a lot of weird characters are going to be out of this thing. Oswald and Hortensia are in a show, and Kuzco's here, and there's a lot of weird stuff. And then oh great, the attractions will be open. Oh, look at these great attractions. Yeah, I guess Crush's Coaster reopens right after we leave, right? Yeah, great. So glad, another thing we missed. Oh, there's also collector exclusives.
Pins and lanyards.
Yeah, so June 2nd. Probably already happened by the time you saw this, because we had a backlog of foreign park episodes to show you. Oh, let's turn and show this. Another thing we're not going to be here for is Summer of Heroes, which starts June 10th and runs through September 30th. And one of the things that's bringing is a show that will replace Cinemagique, which closed a while ago, which was basically Poor Man's Great Movie Ride. Was a film, trip through film history that was just a film. But it was really well done. It starred Martin Short. People really loved it. Yeah, so that's been replaced now with this Marvel stunt show that'll debut on the 10th of June. There's also a meet and greet being built next door. And I know they're doing a Guardians show of some kind and stuff like that. Here's the animation building. This was Walt Disney Feature Animation Paris, and I think it was Toon Studios later. Toon Studios did a lot of the direct-to-video stuff, the sequels and stuff that only came out on home video. I don't think they're in there still. I believe it's empty now. I could be wrong. But in there now, as far as attraction, you have Disney Junior off to this side, and then Stitch Live, which is pretty weird. Not great. I didn't see it in Japan. We saw it here. There, it's called Stitch Encounter. Here, it's Stitch Live, which did kind of exist at Walt Disney World. Stitch's Supersonic Celebration had elements of Stitch Live.
But this is more almost like a Turtle Talk with Crush.
Well, yeah, that's what it started as. This was the first one. This was the first one, and then it... Oh, actually, I think it opened in Hong Kong first. I think it was Hong Kong, then Paris. Tokyo was fairly recent. But yeah, I mean, our stage had all the same capabilities, though. I mean, and there were basically chunks of the show cut out into Stitch's Supersonic Celebration. This is an actual prop from the film Armageddon. Kids, look it up. Fun fact about this thing. For a short period when the movie came out, this was at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
No way.
It was right in front of the Chinese theater, like for a couple days.
No way.
For an event, yeah.
That must have looked terrible.
Yeah, someone sent me a photo. Our friend Brian sent me a photo. He's like, look at this photo of this big machine at MGM.
Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day. I don't think I was there for that. I think it was a very short period.
It was just promotion for the film?
Yeah, I believe so. Like a week or so.
He has little teeth.
Yeah.
Do you see
I don't know
his
what's
teeth?
going to happen to this when this closes. So for those unfamiliar, this park, again, is going through a major overhaul. So this area we're walking into now will no longer exist. It will become the Marvel-themed land. So Armageddon special effects, rock and roller coaster starring Aerosmith, or with, I guess it's with Aerosmith?
Yes, with Aerosmith.
And Motors action stunt show. And all these little shops and restaurants will be a thing of the past soon.
The table service is gone?
Yeah, this is all gone.
So they'll only have one table service restaurant.
Well, I mean, I think it'll become a Marvel table service.
Oh, character meal?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's the
way.
plan. It's not announced yet, but I think
Like
that's...
Universal?
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, so none of this will exist anymore.
Soon, also, right?
Yeah, Rock and Roller Coaster, there's no date yet, but it's real soon, which is why we actually came out, because I was afraid I was never going to get to see all this terrible stuff back here.
Oh no, what a shame.
Well, I enjoy the history of the parks, and so I felt like this was history. Good or bad, it's still something to see.
It's definitely something.
Yeah, and to have experienced, and oh god, this Rock and Roller Coaster is an experience.
It always seems to be a 5-minute wait also, and
I can't imagine why. Because it's terrible. It has a completely different story here.
Well, that using the word story is kind of generous.
Yeah, he's like trying to create a rock and roll concert coaster. You're in like a
Sound tracker.
I don't know.
The vehicle is a sound.
It's supposed to be a studio, but why would a studio have a roller coaster in it? And then, not that ours has the strongest story either, but
This is
I
just
don't understand why our story wouldn't have worked here. But I don't think the price difference could have been much cheaper at all to do lights instead of, cardboard flat, Hollywood signs and donuts.
Yeah, this one's really confusing.
Yeah, I want to show the big ugly side of this, because I can't believe this exists. It's pretty amazing. Although this goes to nowhere. This really is just this big ugly lot with the Blockbuster Cafe, which isn't open today, sadly, because that was the least themed restaurant I've ever seen in a
Don't
Disney
get the
park.
flatbread, guys.
Or don't eat there. just don't. By the time you see this, it may not even exist anymore. So
Hopefully.
yeah, so we're back here now.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can meet Spider-Man back here. I guess it's closed for the day already. Pretty well hidden, Spider-Man. All right, so this big shed. So the funny thing is, someone pointed out that this shed isn't even real. So this shed is in front of a show building. So they decided this was a proper theme.
To build, this is a fake wall.
Look at the parking lines. So another thing, apparently this big spot here was where the bus was. There was a tour bus.
Oh, so this is the tour bus.
Only a
part.
couple years ago, the tour bus went away. That being said, the tour bus wasn't like parked in the lines. The tour bus was parked up against the wall.
Oh.
So not even in the parking lot. So,
This
yeah.
is so confusing.
It's also, it's Tour de Force records here, not G-Force records. Yeah, it is. It is this empty and terrible, folks. I'm not. This has not been enhanced in any way. This park is this bad. And it makes those lesser themed parts of Hollywood studios that used to exist look pretty nice. What am I looking? What do you want to look at? Just the props over there? Yeah. Sure, we go over there.
This is really the last kind.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's talking to things that are out of date. I mean, there's a giant CD. People still know what those are?
That's a Blu-ray disc.
Well, there's a record behind it. It's a Blu-ray. Those are almost out of vogue. Everything's digital. We're walking over.
This is so old Hollywood
Walking
Studios.
over to this junk over here. Is it though? I feel like Hollywood Studios was still nicer than
It
this.
definitely was, but
This is
seeing
something.
the old cameras and
Look at this.
the
Well, yeah,
crates
like they didn't want to
of
spend money to
camera.
buy like anything that looked like a current camera. So those are like old school Panavision.
So this will be gone.
This whole street.
This one will be gone.
This street is history. Yeah. This is. We don't know what this is being replaced with yet. Motors
And this
Action.
is
Yeah. Still no idea what that's getting replaced with. A Marvel stunt show doesn't. It's in the concept art. There's a building there. They have the stunt show going in up there. So does it make sense to build another stunt show? Unless it's going to move over there.
that's temporary.
So that way that building can become something else.
Almost like
Because it's
Frozen
that
sing-along.
building's not quite in the Marvel street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they could do something else. Let's go see the umbrella. Can we go see the umbrella?
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of things that remind me of Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. So you may remember at Streets of America at Hollywood Studios, they had the Singing in the Rain umbrella, which was an umbrella you could, just like this, you stand under, and if you hold on the thing, she's doing it.
Everyone does it wrong.
If you pull, you don't have to hit the button. You just pull on the umbrella.
Oh, there's no button.
No, I think it feels you pulling. There is a button, but it's for, I think it's for kids who can't reach. Because watch, she'll hit the button. But there's a big red button in her face. Of course she does. And it's still not on.
But this one's for
There
the
we go.
Parapluie de Cherbourg.
It is not. I thought it was just going to be Singing in the Rain. It's not. We'll go look at the sign.
Yeah. Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Yeah, it's a French movie.
It's kind of cool here how a lot of the studio's examples and tie-ins are actually for French
Yeah.
historical things or French films.
I would be interested to talk to somebody who worked on either of these parks about the thought process, because it does seem like they pander a lot to the French. Everything has some sort of French connection. No pun intended, by the way. Like, I feel like even like the architectural style in a lot of the lands in the other park.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the stuff here ties to like French filmmaking. And, you know, going to Tokyo doesn't do that. Tokyo doesn't really change anything. Like, I think Tokyo views it as you're coming to see a slice of America
Yeah.
in Japan. And I
Yeah.
think with these parks, they were kind of like, well, yeah, but we also want to, you know, get the attention. I don't know if it was a cultural thing. They decided it wouldn't work if they didn't pander to them at all. Like, I don't know. Okay, so we are quickly running out of time here. So here's Armageddon. Armageddon is likely the worst theme park attraction Disney has ever created. It's so terrible, it's amazing. It's kind of like Fast and the Furious Universal right now. It's kind of so bad, it's
Oh,
amazing.
that's being too kind.
No, they're both so bad, they're kind of amazing. But we're going to have a full video of Armageddon for you to enjoy, because it is something
enjoy again. I don't
you
know if
need
that's
to.
the
No,
right
you'll enjoy it,
word.
because you'll be like, how did this exist? I don't know.
It's fascinating. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so anyway, next time we come back on Walk in the Park, we will complete our walk of Walt Disney Studios Paris.